Somebody said that I was capping in my last video about prison. Every bit of my stories are all facts, and I only tell them in hopes of deterring a kid or an adult from making them same poor choices that I've made in my life. As you see in this video, it's a personal one because it's someone I know. It's someone that I visit. And the reasons behind it, well, behind the cutting, the smallest shit could get you stabbed, cut, or even killed in prison. Talk back to me. I'm talking to you. Now get in my comment section. Do you see how real it is? You ask, well, what was the case? What happened? Whatever the case is, it's a small case. In this case, cut and pounded out. But take a look. This is what I want y'all to take a look at. Don't worry about the dude that's running by holding his face. Don't worry about him. Look at everybody else. They all looking, and then they walking away. Like it's a normal day. They just going about their day. And you can hear it in the background. People just talking and everything is just regular. It's a normal day in prison. Nobody trying to stop it. No civilians. Everyone is involved at that moment and has to make a choice. Talk back to me. I'm talking to you. And when I say everybody's involved and have to make a choice, everybody that's on camera, that's on that gallery, is part of an investigation. Yep. Why? Well, the guy runs off cut. He's running to the COs to report the cut. He ain't fighting back. You ain't see him fight back. He ain't got the fuck up out of there. He's running to the COs to tell them about the cut. And the CO will ask, who did it? Depending on his response, determines whether or not an investigation will happen. And then in this case, there was an investigation. Investigation meaning everyone that's on camera will be questioned. And even though they see who's doing the cutting, they still want to know how and why it all transpired. In this case, there was an investigation. Now, this same guy that's cut, running, didn't fight back, will come home and start a YouTube page and use his cut as leverage like, yo, son, yeah, I've been to war, I got cut, but I stabbed the dude 10 times. Shut up! Shut your punk ass up. You ain't stabbed nothing. You ran away with your kufi with your hand on your face. Shut up. And that's what's going on in this YouTube world. He won't tell y'all about running away and going to PC or IPC. He ain't going to tell y'all that part and why he got cut. Nobody ever tells why they got cut. And it could be over a honey bun, a bar of soap, for looking in the dude cell too long, for smacking when you eat. It could be for anything. But whatever the case, it's nothing serious. But the part that amazes me and I loved the most when I was in there, while in slavery, was the box. I didn't like the box being in there, but I liked the things that was going on as far as when I get the tough bunkies, the tough guys. The ones who I've been hearing down there all night talking shit. The ones who I've seen in population that's running around, or if I see them in the mess hall, they got the drill on and they tough. And they come to the box and they make them my bunkie. Now I get to see where their heart really at. Now we going to see if you really a tough guy. And when they come in there, they be humble as shit. It's like they ate some humble pie, before they came inside the cell. See, if you double bunk in the box, there's only two things you could do. You can either fight or you can play the gate. Play the gate meaning tell the COs you can't stay in there no more. Somebody gonna tell the CO they can't stay in there no more. We're gonna fight until the CO come. Because you can't stay in a cell with me and we have a problem like arguing over an apple. We might be arguing over an apple that you let go rotten, and I asked you earlier, could I have it? And you said you was eating it. And it just went rotten. I'm like, oh no, this nigga trying to play me. See the mindset? It's his apple. I asked him, could I have it? He said, no, he gonna eat it. It goes rotten. Now I'm mad at him. So now I want to fight. First we're gonna start an argument. Yo, son, why would you tell me that you was gonna eat that apple knowing I asked you earlier if you was eating it? Now I'm saying, nah. So we throwing food away in here like this is the fucking thing, and then it turn all into something else. And I'm not going to sleep with a dude I just finished having an argument with. It ain't like here in the streets. We have an argument with your girl and just go to sleep and just comfy. No, sir. Not in prison. Have an argument with somebody. They'll stab you in your sleep, throw hot water on you, burn you. They do whatever they could to get rid of you because they don't know what you might do to them if they fall asleep first. I did that one time. I got into a beef with the Latin Kings. And we was really at war with the Kings on Rikers Island. And I went to sleep. Literally. I went to sleep in the bed. And the Kings came in there to stab me up. And the Muslims is helped save my ass. I was knocked the fuck out. When I woke up, they was having a big ass meeting. And I'm looking, what the fuck are they meeting about? They were having a meeting about me. Yo, you know them goddamn Kings came in here to stab you in your sleep. They was coming in, and the brothers had to form a fucking wall before they couldn't get to me. And it wasn't their beef. They didn't even know me. I just came in the house. But I had so much goddamn beef with them damn Kings. And they said I was capping about this jail shit. And Auburn COs used to keep the cuttings and the violence going. If someone gets cut and don't want to talk or say who did it, the CO is supposed to, by law, by administration, they're supposed to put that person in IPC. IPC meaning involuntary protective custody. It's kind of like PC, but it's not PC because you didn't go in there voluntarily. It was involuntary. But what the COs do is, nope. You know what they do? They let the person back in the population. So if somebody cuts me and I'm supposed to go to IPC, they're not going to put me in there. They're going to put me back outside in the yard. And guess what they're going to do? They want to see who I'm going to go after. Because they know I'm coming after somebody. And now they killed two birds with one stone. Talk back to 10. I'm talking to you. This is how it works in the system. That's why it's called the system. Everything has to happen the same way. It's a system. And you can't change that system because you're not in control. They're in control. Talk back to me. They'll put you back in the same block. Knowing it. This is not dangerous to y'all. Knowing I just tried to stab you to finish you off. You be in the hospital, come out, put him back in the same block. Put him back in the same block. Because he don't want to talk, he don't want to say who did it. Put him in the same block. We're going to see who he go after. Or if the guy that stabbed him go after him again. That's how it works. And one thing you never see, one thing you never really hear about. You got Maino, you got Bobby Shmurda, you got Rowdy Rebel, you got Lil Wayne, you got Shine, you got Slick Rick. You got all these guys. You got 50 Cent. You got all these guys that's been to prison before, right? And they never want to talk about it. You see them in interviews. You see them on that. They never talk about it. They never talk about the horrors and the ugliness. Not only the stabbings and all that other shit. The horrors is the mental part. Humiliating. Degrading. And you are powerless. And this is why all YouTubers who've been to prison speak with such authority, conviction, and want power because they've been deprived of their natural abilities to eat, sleep, and even turn the light on the wall. Click, 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 click. When I came home, I used to sit in the living room, hit that light, click, 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 click. This little stupid shit. Go in the kitchen, turn the light on, click. Open the refrigerator door, look in there, close it, turn the light on, click, go back in the bedroom. Just because I can. Because that was a piece of freedom that we all wanted. But they don't tell you about that part. That's why you think it was so easy for Suge Knight to get Tupac when he was in. Suge Knight knew. He said, hold on, this motherfucker's in hell right now. He's in slavery. He will sign any paper, anything. He don't care who the law. Just get me out. It wasn't that he was afraid. It wasn't none of that. It was about the power. It was about the humiliation, degrading, the ugliness of it. Who wants to be in a cell like an animal? Like I always tell y'all, they will double bunk 2 men. But it's against the law to put 2 horses in the same stable, to put 2 cows in the same stable. Talk like the 10, I'm talking to you. They need their own space. But with a human being, nope. Nope. The natural abilities, to lose that is to lose everything. So next time, we're going to be covering the drug epidemic that's going on in the prison population, from the K2 to dope to weed to cocaine, all the habits that they get. What measures dudes go to in order to get the drugs in. And those who will stab you for 2 bags of dope, talk back to me. The dude will stab you on the top of your head for a bag of dope. And they play on it. It's not that goddamn white man prison.